Alright, welcome Mushin Warriors to another episode of Mushin Mental Academy, where our purpose is to provide you the tools for engagement and presence. Today's episode is centered around how to navigate dimensions of being. Now, let's jump right in and explain what I mean with that and what those words mean to me so you have an understanding of what this video is going to be about. So, for this, I'm going to specifically discuss 4 dimensions of being as a way to see life and a way that we can utilize these tools to improve our way to navigate life and to experience it the way that we would prefer rather than feeling like we're stumbling down steps all the time. So, the first dimension of being that I want to discuss is a dimension of rest. This is a dimension that can be, described by, meditation, for example. It's for me where I just completely clear everything, let go of everything, and in that particular moment, I'm not even paying attention or having awareness of the environment or stimuli that are around me. It's like I just allow them to come in and out, and I don't pay them any mind. I don't even allow them to process with my states or with me. It's just there. So that's the first state that we'll be discussing, state of rest and stillness. The second state is a state of awareness now. It's a state where consciousness comes in and we can have subconscious processes occurring. So what do I mean by that? This second state could be when we're in a meditative state where we're just clear, but we're still aware of the environment and of the stimuli around us. So like right now, it's a beautiful day. So I can just sit here and just feel the wind and the breeze and look around and see the different, shades of like darker greens and the trees that are showing up right now. And I could just soak it in without having to attach myself to any of those pieces. There are processes that are going on in my subconscious that are receiving information. They're receiving everything around me, all the stimuli. It's allowing me to be part of it and engaging me with it. But I'm not doing anything. I'm just allowing. Okay, so that's the second state that we'll be discussing, or that is relevant to this conversation. The third state is a state of conscious processing. This is the first state where we kind of step out of environments rather than remaining in them. It gives us the ability to navigate. This is where we get that movement. This is where it changes the direction. It sets a right angle into it and brings us into a whole new dimension of being. And this one, it's often we're often found in this state when we are triggered by something. So, like earlier today, I was shooting one of the videos and I had the sun beating in my eye. And so everything was going good, and I knew I wanted to continue what I was doing in the environment and the system of the video. But this outside stimuli was just not working. It was not working for me. It was throwing me off and it was uncomfortable. So it triggered me to go to process because I felt this outside stimuli, right? I was just in the zone. I felt this outside stimuli. I was like, what is that? I don't enjoy this. This is not cool. And then it was like, all right, let me process consciously. So, third step. So I processed it and said, okay, well, the sun is beating in my face. Based on the experiences I've had before, based on who I am, what I've seen, and the memory, the retention that I have, I know that if I move my chair back a little bit and allow the tree to block the sunlight, it will no longer be in my eye and I will be able to engage in the environment I'm in the way that I want to, or the way that I originally sought to. And that actually brings us over to step 4. Step 4 is action, conscious action based on the rest. So now at this point, utilizing the story that we're talking about from earlier today, okay, the sun was in my eye. I made the, conscious processing to know that if I moved my chair, I would be able to, remove the sunlight from my eye. I looked around, I grabbed the chair and I moved it. I knew that was the right move. I knew what I had to do. I was obviously still paying attention to where I was going to place it. I didn't want to place it on, a, uneven surface. I didn't want to place it on, on top of my dog or something. You know what I mean? We still have each of the other dimensions within being. And that's why I discuss them as dimensions rather than as states, because the beauty of it and the importance is how to navigate within them and learning how to snowboard or surf so that we can choose and cultivate the life that we we feel, that we see. We're able to let, the light shine through us and exist. We're able to let the world be, you know. So to bring it full circle, the four dimensions specifically that I'm discussing for this piece are a state of rest or stillness, where we just are. We're not, aware, really allowing awareness of the states around us or the environment. The second state is where we gain awareness and we allow the stimuli to flow, but we're not attaching ourselves to it. The third step being a conscious processing, a decision to take action to process. There's something wrong. I need to look at this and review. Beautiful. And then step four, action. The best way I have found to navigate within these is to practice awareness within each of these. When we feel them and when we know we're in these states, practice the awareness within that state, practice what that means for us, and it will allow us to navigate life better. And the way to see this beautifully in action is through communication, through conversation. We feel when to jump in and when not to jump in. It's a dance. It's the same thing as music. We're knowing when to be still, when to allow ourselves to just have awareness and sit within presence, when to process, how to process within that, and then when to act so that we're not speaking over each other. We're not playing music in a confusing manner that's drawing attention away from what's going on or sounding muddy. This is for me the best way or cleanest way to navigate within these states or these dimensions, excuse me, and how to have a more comfortable existence and a more comfortable being while still doing what we feel we need to do, seeking what's necessary. Anyway, I hope this brings you some value. I know that it does for me. I actually have a slightly longer version of this video that I shot earlier today when I was still building up this understanding in my mind, and I decided to post another one to make it more clear, which is this video, but I still kept that one because it's very raw and I still feel that there's a lot of value in that. So I'll be posting that video later. Once I do, I'll include the video below over here in the description for you guys to view, to choose to. So I appreciate you as always, and I will see you next time.